So we're the Medea project, and Brett and I are going to take you through our vinyl. We have all different types of vinyl here, from really, really early stuff to some of our later things that we have acquired. So let's go. We'll start at the very, very, very beginning. As a kid, I was not into metal. Not at all, so I'll be completely honest about that. What I was into was stories. So this is Liewe Heksie, which was one of my favorite stories, because it's an Afrikaans story about a witch who got all her spells wrong, and things would kind of happen. And we actually do, Brett uses the theme song to do his vocal sound check at times.
Was it the same theme song? Because I do the one from the TV show.
I can't even remember, to be honest, but yeah, probably.
No, it says the TV's the leaflet. Must be.
So there you go. So so there was that, which was the stories. We got Heidi, which I just remember was dry bread and cheese.
Which you still eat.
So there was that, and then we've got Afrikaans. We got nursery rhymes, sing along nursery rhymes. Probably the start of black metal, maybe. So there you go. So that was my very, very early beginnings. So if you're ever stuck for lyrical content, just give me a shout.
Cool.
We got plenty here.
I can't remember what my first vinyls were. I remember radio dramas, because that's what my folks listened to. I remember the Goon Show, which was hilarious. Even though most of it was above my head, it was the stupid voices. And then my parents always had a lot of music playing. My dad was very much into his folk, which now basically is Americana, his jazz, his big band. My mom was into more her British folk, her rock and roll, her rock. So there was always something interesting to listen to. I mean, this pile of records from them could have been huge, but this is what I ended up with when I split it up with my sisters. And this is part of my childhood here. I mean, what have we got? We've got Neil Young Harvest. I think that is one of my all-time favorite records, even now. Absolutely love it. I think it's an absolute masterpiece. Dave Brubek, Quartet, Take 5. I mean, introduction to jazz and 5/4 timing. Brilliant song. Great sounding piece. Too many people have tried to cover it badly. But yeah, America, Horse with No Name. I mean, who doesn't like that song? The stuff like that. It's what I grew up with. A lot of it is country here. Yeah. Crosby, Stills and Nash. Well, Crosby, Stills, Nash. Crosby, Stills and Nash. No Neil Young on this, unfortunately. He left. So, not that good an album.
Fair enough. So, yeah, mine is completely different to yours. So there were two camps in my house. There was my mum, who listened to very 50s, 60s pop. And there was my dad, who was very much into his classical and jazz. As my dad wasn't at home a lot, we listened to a lot of 50s, 60s pop when I was younger. So, and this is pretty much all that we've got left of that I've kept. So a lot of compilations, I think. There are
a lot of bright colours.
A lot of bright colours, yeah. We've got a lot of this box set now. Got this box set, which the box is long gone. But I just remember listening to a lot of this stuff. Yeah, there were odds and didn't like all of it.
Yeah.
I remember that. But there were a couple of songs that we kind of kept going back to. So there was quite a lot there. And then we had come back to that really early Top of the Pops. So yeah, really early Top of the Pops. Songs like Lola, which at the time we didn't know what it was about, but it was about a person, and it was about a story about a person, and I think that's what drew me to coming from stories and nursery rhymes to stories within songs that my parents listened to, which I could kind of connect with and kind of understand. So there was that. We got Hermans Hermits. Loved Hermans Hermits as a kid, and I think it was a No Milk's Day. I thought they were singing about somebody that died, and I thought that was amazing that they actually sang about somebody that died, and it was a very sad song. So I loved Hermans Hermits. I thought they were a great band. We got some more there. We got the Carpenters. Really liked the Carpenters as well. When I was growing up, Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, we got quite a bit of crossover.
Yeah, we got quite a bit there, and then of course the Beatles. So my parents were not Elvis fans; they were Beatles fans, and I started with the Red Album because it was easy. It was easy listening. So as a kid, it was easy listening, and as I got older, it was the weird stuff
the good
on the blue album. So yeah, songs like "I Am the Walrus," like what were they on? Right. So there was a lot of that. And I remember these were the records that kind of stood out for me. There's quite a lot of Cliff Richard. My parents were massive Cliff Richard and Shadows fans.
Sorry.
Yeah. I didn't really listen to any of that. And there's stuff in here that, to be honest with you, I probably should actually go back and listen to. But things like Jody Wayne, so country more like not folk country like yours.
Yeah, Snot and China country.
Yeah. So things like that, gospel kind of things there. So, and then of course you're talking about the comedy for like the Good Show and things like that. Well, we had David Kramer.
South African institution.
A South African institution. So he's a very famous South Africa singer songwriter, and he sang songs about all sorts of things, and we thought this was great as kids. So most of it in Afrikaans, well, mixture of Afrikaans and English, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember it.
And this guy here, Pip Friedman, another one that sang about different people. Probably not very PC these days, but you know.
I can't really remember.
These days. So,
and next one was the guy that could speak up, or was that Leon Schuster?
No, that was, I think
that was Schuster, wasn't it?
I can't remember now. But anyway, so that was my comedy. We do have some Steptoe and Son and stuff, which is from my dad's side because he was obviously English, so you know, that was more his thing because he did not speak or understand Afrikaans very well at all. So, and then so that was my mum's kind of side, and my dad's side is all the like I said, the classical. So we got the box set, Chopin, Beethoven, all that kind of thing. To be honest with you, as a kid, it was not my cup of tea.
Classical music was boring.
It was boring. But yeah, and there's like a little piano, that type of piano music. He was very into jazz, but that was also because he played piano. So that's I think as I've learned to play things, I have learned to appreciate those. But as a kid, no, definitely not. So that was probably up to the age of about 10, 11, I think, where we stayed. We weren't in the city either, so so that's what you had things that your parents played and things on the radio, and that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
Yeah, we lived in the sticks as well, so I remember the hi-fi was probably like one of our greatest entertainment things. So we only got our TV, God, I must have been about 6 years old when we got it. It was a little black and white portable.
Yeah.
So it was music, like music and books.
Yeah.